Today we're going to go over how to identify unmarked points on a number line, then you'll have a chance to practice. Let's start with a number line, add some dashes, and put on the numbers 10 to 100. Now we want to figure out what number this arrow is pointing at. Now it can't be just any number. It can't be 35, for example, because 35 would be right here, between 30 and 40. It also can't be 87, because that would be bigger than 80. That would be way up here. We can tell from looking at our number line that the number the arrow is pointing at is bigger than 60, but smaller than 70. That gets us closer, but not all the way there. For example, the number 68 is bigger than 60 and smaller than 70, but 68's way over here. It's much closer to 70 than it is to 60. This arrow is much closer to 60. So a better choice would be that this arrow is probably pointing at 62 or 63, somewhere around there. Let's practice one of these together. Let's look at a number line, and on the dashes, we'll put the numbers 30 to 70, where each dash represents 5. Let's try and identify what number this arrow is pointing at. Well, what two numbers on the number line is our arrow between? Well, you can see that the arrow is above 40, but below 45. We know it needs to be between the numbers of 40 and 45. You can also tell that the arrow is much closer to 45 than it is to 40. So a good guess would be that our answer is probably 43 or 44. Now it's time for you to try some of these on your own. Here's a number line, and on the dashes, we're going to put the numbers 50 to 68, where each dash represents 2. What is the best estimate for where this arrow is pointing to? Well, you can see that this arrow is above 60 and below 62. It looks like it's right in the middle, and halfway between 60 and 62, the best guess would be 61. Here's another one. On this number line, the dashes will go from 10 to 100. What is the best estimate for where this arrow is pointing at? Well, you can see that this arrow is above 80, but below 90. You can also tell that the arrow is closer to 90, so something like 81 or 82 isn't going to work. The best estimate here was that it's probably around 87 or 88. So from today, remember, even if a spot on a number line isn't marked, you can still estimate what that number is.